cost of the taxiway rebuild was approximately $8 billion, of which $4 million came from the federal government. So, as you can see, it's expensive stuff when you're working on a runway.
Did you get all the money you initially asked for?
Absolutely.
And more.
What do you mean and more? Where's the more?
As you know, our airports have been hit really hard by the COVID-19 pandemic. And despite the many challenges, airports have continued to provide essential air services for Canadians. That's why I'm pleased to announce today that our government is investing close to $4 million in the Ottawa Airport. The new funding will support the rehabilitation, or the new funding has supported the rehabilitation of the pavement on taxiways A, M, AA, BB, and CC.
Because of the last 2 years, our operations were in a deficit because we didn't have the passenger volumes to carry the enormous fixed costs that an airport requires. So when this was approved by the federal government as a 50% grant to build this, it enabled us to get it done, and it enabled us to put some other money on another project, which is Romeo, which is the announcement that we had a couple of weeks ago with Porter coming in. So there's a ripple effect when we were able to put this money to good use from the government that enable us to put some of our funds to other use that made more projects available, and which will be bringing a large aircraft hangar and 200 good jobs to the Ottawa Airport.
The last 2 years have been really difficult on the air sector. So our government made a strategic decision to be there to support airports at a time when they lost significant revenue. Just the last year and a bit, the Ottawa Airport in total received close to $16 million of investment. This is, as Mark has said, to help them maintain safe operations and also to help them use their own revenue or their own resources for other additional projects.
We know that in regards to the travel chaos, it was also the passport issue that contributed to some of that. Do you have a sense of the total number of Canadians who were unable to continue with their travel plans because of a delay in transport, getting their passport, and whether or not that issue, that accountability should also be included in the Passenger Bill of Rights as something that the government needs to perhaps compensate for?
So look, it's really a short answer. I don't know the numbers, but it's really important to take stock in what had happened last summer. We, in a short span of 4 months, from public health measures that restricted travel, public reluctance to travel because of COVID and Omicron, to a 300% increase in traffic. And after a significant labor shortage, layoffs that took place, we saw an imbalance between demand and supply. And we didn't just see it in Canada, we saw it around the world. So these challenges were, I'm not making excuses, by the way, I'm stating facts to explain how we got to where we were last summer. Whether it was with airports or airlines or passports or ordering a dishwasher or a fridge or buying a car, we've seen significant delays in availability of products and services, and not to mention supply chain challenges. Our government stepped up. We worked, and let me focus on the air sector. We worked hand in hand with the sector on addressing operational issues, and we saw how quickly things turned around. I won't deny that there were very frustrating moments and episodes. That was frustrating for passengers, that was frustrating for airlines, that was frustrating for our government. And there are a lot of lessons learned. So what we're doing, and as I stated earlier, we are looking at how we can strengthen the Passenger Bill of Rights, including standards for CATSA, standards for other government agencies. Those are the type of things we're looking at. because it's really important that we keep in mind the focus of the passenger experience. That's ultimately what we're all trying to do.